Hey everyone, and welcome to the Magical Miracle Network. My name is Ruth Perkinson, and I'm super excited all of you guys are here with me today because every other Monday we get the pleasure and privilege of having Margaret Porter Daniel come on and do a guided meditation and a teaching with us. And she is truly an amazing teacher. She taught in the public school systems here in and around Richmond, Virginia for 34 years. Is that right, Margaret? 34 years?
Yeah, that's right.
So, and we appreciate that dedication because that's a lovely and sweet job, but it can be challenging at times, I know. Again, I was also a former public school teacher. So we're just getting together and we have this beautiful internet free trade school that we are all beginning together in this course community around town here in Richmond, Virginia. We are recording live from Richmond, Virginia. We're broadcasting today. The beautiful information that's going to come out of Margaret Porter Daniel's mouth is going to help so many people as she channels spirit coming through her. And today, just so you guys know, we're going to be looking at, she advised me earlier that we'll be looking at lesson number 29 out of A Course in Miracles, lesson number 29.
41.
Oh, sorry. I made a mistake. We're going to be doing lesson 4. Why did I say 29? I'm sorry about that.
I don't know, but you better check that lesson out.
29. I apologize.
To check that one out.
And we are only recording this one time, so we are doing lesson 41. Apologize for the mistake there. So those of you guys who are doing A Course in Miracles, it's God goes with me wherever I go, right, Margaret?
That is right.
All right. So I'm just going to kind of let go of the wheel a little bit and turn it over to you and let us hear your thoughts about anything today.
Anything today. Well, I will tell you the reason I chose lesson 41, because for one, it was a powerful teaching for me and still continues to teach me. But also, we're in the fall, and as you notice, the light changes, the time of light, the amount of light we have changes, and of course some people are very prone to that loss of light, and I guess what is it, winter sadness, or I forget what they call it.
Yes.
But in any event, I'm looking at this lesson and I'm going, this is such a healing tool as well. And so I thought, this is a good place for us to start. We'll start before we hit the winter and start using this tool, to help us to handle these, the challenges of the seasonal shifting.
Yeah, I think they call it, if I'm correct, they call it seasonal affective disorder. It's like it's SAD. Yeah, people at different times of the year, they're affected by the weather. So yeah.
Right. And of course, people will rely on, what allopathic treatments are there, but there's also good herbal treatments to help you with that time, to help you move through it. But what this lesson says is that if you're practicing this, you're really working at this, you won't need anything. Yeah. Ideally, that is the challenge, because a lot of people, when they read through the Course in Miracles, they, there's this idea that you don't need medicine anymore, if you're really believing the Course in Miracles, you're not going to use medicine. But I think that's a very dangerous thing to assume.
Absolutely.
People in their minds and in their bodies are not ready. Mind is not there yet.
Exactly.
And to do that is very dangerous,
Right. I absolutely. And I just want to mention while you're bringing that up, there's a page number 24, and this is the edition of the course that I think we both use. If you guys are looking at this video today, on page 24, in the text, Jesus, the authority, he's our elevated brother. He says, practical. You have to be practical while you're here. Take that practical approach, that compromised approach. You may need to take the medicine, the kind of food, the tea, any tincture that you might need to put into your body to help support your system as we evolve. is very important. So I completely 100% agree with you right there. Very important point.
Right. So I think people have to do what they feel they need to do. And because I'll go to allopathic. I mean, I'm using allopathic now because the
Can,
eye surgery I've had.
can
And
you
this,
explain that? Can you explain what allopathic is? Because for
oh,
some people,
allopathic is our medical system that's in place now that we use, like pharmaceuticals, doctors, all of that whole system.
gotcha.
That is the allopathic system. And you know, I'm using that because I had eye surgery, which is an allopathic practice as well. But you know, my doctor saved my eye. I am so grateful for that, for the gift of that doctor's skill and care.
Yes.
And the medicines that I use on my eye now, I've been using it for like 6 months now, are helping my eye to heal. So that's what I understand in my body. I'm going to use it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, until we're at that level of where the great avatars are, we need these things as we develop and grow to
Right.
lean into. Absolutely, the practical healing. And I had a detached retina many years ago, and the eye doctor here and locally here saved my eyesight. And it was really a challenging surgery. I had to lie on my side for a whole week, but yeah, I got you with that. And we both have dealt with some visual stuff,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. But I
What's the
mean,
other side of that? Like allopathic, and tell us the other side of that. So people that are
well, that would be the herbal system, you know, and the alternative health systems that they have, you know, like energy work, Reiki,
right. Does functional
massage.
medicine fall into that? Like, is it functional or integrative, or what is the other?
Oh Lord, I'm not, I, I can't answer that. I don't know, but I just know that there is that kind of division. But I will tell you, there's some herbalists out there who've been long in the work of herbalism, and they work directly with the medical system, and they do research together. And in some cases, they've discovered that some uncurable illnesses worked great with a combination of the allopathic and the herbal.
Wow.
And
Wow.
yes, and then and of course, energetic medicine is gaining a foothold too, which
Yeah.
is wonderful.
Yeah.
It'll be a fabulous day when our minds just go, oh, that's not appropriate. I don't need that. I don't feel that. It's time for you to go. And you're
Right.
healed.
Right. Exactly. Yes, that day is coming. We hope soon.
Yeah, I know. Well, of course, a lot of people will be out of jobs and business, so I don't want that to happen.
Right. We want to wisely and slowly, right?
Right.
Wisely and slowly. Absolutely. I want to just mention while I'm thinking about it, we were talking before we hit the record button about money. And you said some really cool things about money. And I was wondering if we could bring that back up before we do the lesson, just for people to hear
Oh,
your wisdom on that.
well, look, I'm no great investor by any stretch of the imagination, but the idea behind money is thousands of years old. And I don't know if anybody's ever read the Ringing Cedar series, but Anastasia in one of the books states that it was the priest, the ancient priest who are still in existence, that realized, okay, we give these people where they're no longer in bondage, so to speak. They have freedom to move and go, and no chains on their ankles, no, you know, holding, none of that.
Right.
They can have their lives, but what we'll do, the exchange will be money. So in
Right.
order for them to have their food, their house, whatever, they got to have money. And in order to go ahead with whatever they're doing, they have to have money. And so the money became the enslaver.
Right.
And people became enslaved to the systems of economy that, you know, they couldn't move forward unless they had money. And so now, of course, what's happening is people are waking up to that insanity, and bit by bit, it's becoming a system of exchange or
Right.
barter or skill for skill. And this is, this is allows even more of a sense of autonomy within your own person. And it also is building community.
Yes.
Because when all that corporation stuff started to happen, communities were divided.
Right.
The people
Yes.
became isolated in their little houses. I grew up in a beautiful suburb. It's one of the earliest ones in Charlottesville. But there were not a lot of people that knew each other. And they all stayed in their little houses. It's like,
Exactly.
yeah. So,
Yeah. It's time to come out of the house, right? It's time to
yeah,
wake up to energy exchanges and that everything, I mean, we were talking about this earlier, everything should be free healthcare, free
yes.
schooling,
Mhm.
just everything should be free in a way that's right and good. There's got to be a beneficial exchange on both ends of it. And I think that that's so worth going for, on planet Earth right now, is having that really beautiful fair trade exchange of energy where
Right.
everyone's supported equally.
Yeah. Ideally, I mean, it's in the mind.
It's
So
in the mind. It's all in the mind.
in time it will unfold. But
Absolutely.
yeah, there's just a lot of debris we've got to pull away.
I
But
agree. Well, thank
yeah,
you for sharing your wisdom on that. And so let's go ahead and do the lesson, I guess, lesson 41.
yeah, I'll read.
Okay.
Lesson 41, page 63 in the workbook. God goes with me wherever I go. Number 1, today's idea will eventually overcome completely the sense of loneliness and abandonment all the separated ones experience. Depression is an inevitable consequence of separation. So are anxiety, worry, a deep sense of helplessness, misery, suffering, and intense fear of loss. The separated ones have invented many cures for what they believe to be the ills of the world. But the one thing they do not do is to question the reality of the problem. Yet its effect cannot be cured because the problem is not real. The idea for today has the power to end all this foolishness forever. I love that. Foolishness. And
Exactly.
foolishness it is.
It's really been a foolish game we're playing down here on Earth, right?
Right, despite the serious and tragic forms it may take.
Agreed.
Deep within you is everything that is perfect, ready to radiate through you and out into the world. It will cure all sorrow and pain and fear and loss, because it will heal the mind that thought these things were real and suffered out of its allegiance to them. See, that's a very good phrasing there. Suffered out of the allegiance to them, our allegiance to money, our allegiance to um, possessions,
Right.
that, and
Yes, we have all kinds of like allegiances. I guess we can also call those like false idols, right? Like
yes,
anything that substitutes for God really is a false idol. Yeah.
right. You can never be deprived of your perfect holiness because its source goes with you wherever you go. You can never suffer because the source of all joy goes with you wherever you go. You can never be alone because the source of all life goes with you wherever you go. Nothing can destroy your peace of mind because God goes with you wherever you go. We understand that you do not believe all this. How could you, when the truth is hidden deep within under a heavy cloud of insane thoughts? Dense and obscuring, yet representing all you see. Today, we will make our first real attempt to get past this dark and heavy cloud and to go through it to the light beyond. There will be only one long practice period today in the morning, and I'm going to read through the practice period because it's so simple.
Yes,
it's
please
so
do.
easy to do. As soon as you get up, if possible, sit quietly for some 3 to 5 minutes with your eyes closed. At the beginning of the practice period, repeat today's idea very slowly. Then make no effort to think of anything. Try instead to get a sense of turning inward, past all the idle thoughts of the world. Try to enter very deeply into your own mind, keeping it clear of any thoughts that might divert your attention. From time to time, you may repeat the idea if you find it helpful. But most of all, try to sink down and inward, away from the world and all the foolish thoughts of the world. You are trying to reach past all these things. You are trying to leave appearances and approach reality. And I love the way it states, you are trying to leave appearances and approach, because that is the only thing that is real.
Exactly.
It is quite possible to reach God. In fact, it is very easy because it is the most natural thing in the world. You might even say it is the only natural thing in the world. The way will open if you believe that it is possible. This exercise can bring very startling results, even the first time it is attempted. And sooner or later, it is always successful. See, so don't lose hope. It's successful. You're guaranteed. We will go into more detail about this kind of practice as we go along, but it will never fail completely. And instant success is possible. Throughout the day, use today's idea often, repeating it very slowly, preferably with eyes closed. Think of what you are saying, what the words mean. Concentrate on the holiness that they imply about you, on the unfailing companionship that is yours, on the complete protection that surrounds you. You can indeed afford to laugh at fear, thoughts, remembering that God goes with you wherever you go. Isn't that glory? I just love this.
You know what, that is that the end of the lesson there?
Yes, that was it.
Wow, that is our elevated brother, Yeshua ben Joseph, or people call him Jesus, or the Holy Spirit. She's reading from this beautiful document, you guys, and this is a beautiful, I mean, God does go with you wherever you go. There's no disconnect from source ever, right, Margaret? There's just, it isn't.
No, because you are God.
Right.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, wake up.
Well, I love that. And you know what? I so appreciate you reading that, because it's a great reminder to, when we were just talking also before we hit the record button about, and one of my course teachers out in California, I'll share her name, Jackie Laura Jones, told me last week, she goes, ideas are strengthened when you share them. And so we are sharing these ideas freely so that they can be strengthened in our hearts and minds. And so just you sharing that beautiful lesson for any being who watches this, it's going to be strengthening all of us, you know?
Yeah. I just, every time I read it, I know I'm like emotional, but I'll start crying because it's so sweet. It's just so sweet. Such a sweet lesson.
Manna from heaven, right? Just this beautiful, sweet elixir. It's like honey, whenever I read A Course in Miracles, it just feels like, I always just feel so much better. I can just hold on to the book. I can just put my hand on it. I can put it on my heart, my belly. Some people sleep with the book, it's just,
Yeah.
I've heard of people just recently, you know, 2 or 3 people I know have actually put the book in the bed with them because it just makes them feel better, because it's a complete activation of our hearts and minds. And so, wow, thank you for reading that beautiful lesson.
Oh,
So,
you're
do
welcome.
you want to do a short prayer with us today? Just a short prayer as we close out. I don't know how long we've gone, but I think we've gone a little while. What feels right to you at this moment?
Um, I guess, just a short prayer would be good. And I was thinking, because I always do breathing exercises when we start, and I'll explain why. Um, for one to actually have that inner connection, one has to be in um the parasympathetic mode. The body has to be parasympathetic. When you breathe and you watch your breath, and that slows the body, it takes it out of the flight state,
Yes,
which we are
absolutely.
in most of the time because of the nature of our society. But when you do that breathing, uh, you can feel the body start to relax and let go. So
Well,
that's why I do that.
yes. Well, let's do a beautiful little breathing with you, a short prayer before we close out today. I'll take off my glasses. And Melissa McLaughlin was just talking about this last week. She's our sacred in-house expert on breath, and she just is the founder of the Church of Breath worldwide, and she's an amazing facilitator of that. And you too, Margaret. So go ahead and just lead us through a beautiful meditation here with this lesson today.
Okay, so let's everybody make sure you're in a comfortable place. I'm sort of comfortable because I'm sitting on the floor. Let me cross my legs, and then I'll make me a little more stable.
Yes.
All right. Let's take a deep breath. Hold and release. Take another deep breath. Hold and release. As you feel that breath move out, let any tension or stress you're holding on to with the body go out with that breath. So let's do one more. Hold and release. And just feel your body settle. Feel a softness come through your body. Feel it at ease. And now just watch your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in light. And just see light filling your lungs and moving throughout your body. And as you breathe out love. Because that's what you are. Breathe in light. Breathe out love. And with your next breath, focus on your heart space. You can even put your hand there, just so you can feel the warmth of it, even the beat of your heart, and just focus and breathe into the heart. And just feel that circle of warmth. Feel the warmth in your hand. Feel it expanding throughout your body. Feel the peace and ease that comes with this. And just watch your breath for a minute or so. Well, that'll be too long, so we'll just do it a few seconds. Sometimes you can do a chant. So means I am that. Means I am that. I am that divine being. I am the light eternal. I am love eternal. I am peace in action. I am bliss expressed. This is my true nature. And I am born into this creation to be of service, to learn to give, and to open my heart so that all may be welcomed, all may be healed, all may be happy. So we breathe in that light and love, and we breathe it out. We are a loving presence in the world. We are God's own thought. And our divinity within shines so sweetly, so beautifully. It is everything. It is the deep gratitude for the sun and all incredible creations of nature. It is a deep gratitude for those we love and care for, and deep gratitude for all those that help and serve others. We have such great hope with our young people in this world now. We are so grateful for their energy and their strength and their determination, perseverance as they move through and create a new world. And we are grateful for all that they're bringing to the table. And we thank our beloved Creator who breathes through all of us and is us for this opportunity to be in this body and to be at this time in the world, in this dream, so that we may be of service. We may be open and loving and kind in our words and thoughts for ourselves and for each other. We thank you, beloved, for the gift of life. For God goes wherever I am. Siam, Amen.
Amen. Oh, Margaret, thank you so much. That was a beautiful prayer and a beautiful teaching today. I'm gonna put my glasses back on so I can see you a little bit better. Just with that light behind you, you look like a beautiful earth angel. To me, you are a beautiful earth angel. And I'm so grateful that we've known each other now for, I think, 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
You came into my life through a beautiful friend, and we've been doing the course together for a long time now. And so grateful that you are really giving away your time and talent and gift and ability every other Monday to be with this new network we're trying to create to openly just freely give away all the information as best we can at this time. So before we close out today, Margaret, do you have any final words of wisdom that you'd like to share? Because remember, we're ideas, when we share them, they are strength. And anything you want to share before we close out?
Well, no, I'm just deeply grateful for my sister here, for Ruth, and her courage and determination and her strength. And I know of her dedication to the divine and to the Course in Miracles. And she has brought a lot to many people. So thank you so much.
Now you're making me cry.
It's okay.
Well, I thank you. Thank you so much, Margaret. I will receive that. I was very afraid to do all of this back in May when I first started, and been very vocal about that I was nudged to do it from several beings here in the course community. And I just kept saying, no, no, no. And now I'm saying, yes, yes, yes. so thank you. I'll receive that. All right. Well, I'm going to take off my glasses, and I love you, Margaret Porter Daniel, our in-house prayer chaplain for the Magical Miracle Network. And so I'm going to go ahead and find the stop button. And any final words you can say before I hit that?
Love to everyone. Have a fabulous, fantastic 2 weeks.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Margaret. Love you. Bye.